Greetings, sports fans and Pokemon fans. Today we got a Pokemon video for y'all. I've been asking myself for the past few days whether I should actually just do another channel called, like Pokemon ASMR or something like that. Because right now it feels like I have a lot of Pokemon content that I want to do, but maybe that'll die down, although I doubt it. I got a lot of stuff kind of coming in the door for Pokemon, but I want to share with you guys some recent pickups and tell you about a cool deal that I got at Best Buy on these bad boys, which you may be able to score as well. Alright, so I bought my first ever Pokemon singles. Don't get excited, this is only a 2. But I said to myself, most people who are not even familiar with Pokemon all that much, like me, although I'm pretty familiar with a lot of things about it now, after obsessing about it for whatever 2 months. But I think the most kind of widely known Pokemon character, which is actually a Pokemon, is this Charizard guy. And these cards that this card you see here is from the 1999 Pokemon set, which was the first ever Pokemon set. There was a first edition. It's kind of funny because they have first edition like Bowman cards now too. The top's kind of copied from Pokemon, I feel like. But they had first edition Pokemon cards of the initial base set, but this is the non-first edition Pokemon base set card of Charizard, who's the most, I think, valuable card in that set. And back in the days of the pandemic boom, when Pokemon along with sports cards were just popping off, I think there was news about like a PSA 10 of this card, and the first edition card version of this, not this one, but the even more rare first edition one of this that looks exactly the same. It's got a little first edition stamp right there, but it was graded like a 10, or I don't know, might have been some other grading company, but it was basically a gem mint card, and it sold for like, I feel like it was like $1 million or something, but maybe it was like $500,000 or 100,000 or something. I don't know, it was some large amount, but I feel like this card, not necessarily this one, but the first edition one, is the sort of Mickey Mantle of the Pokemon world, and yet you can get these low-grade ones of the non-first edition for pretty small money, like basically between $100 and $150, depending on whether you got a 1 or a 2, and how beat up they look. But I bought 3 of these. I was trying to get PSA 1s for like $99 or like $102 or something, like very close to 100. But I don't know, I was bidding on a few of these, and they kept going over that, so I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just going to look at buy it nows and see what I can get for that, like $120, $130 range, and there's some decent looking 2s in there. So that's a 2. That's a 2. And this is a 4.5. So these cards are holographic cards, which basically just means, like, I can see there's like a shiny holographic coating of the image of the character right there. But that kind of made these cards special. Most of the cards in the set are not holographic like that, they're just non-shiny. I'm just using this bag, this is what it came in, but I'll get a more appropriate sleeve for that. that thing. So anyways, there you go. 3 of the same card in slightly different conditions. Well, as you know, if you've been paying attention, I really like unopened stuff. And actually, I'll show you a little preview. This is a rare insight into the dungeon. But up there is like a part of the booster box case collection I've been working on here. At some point, I'm probably going to do a video where I show you all the booster box cases that I have. But very rarely, I also like to buy just individual booster boxes. And I've bought a couple like noteworthy ones recently that are, a little bit older. This Sun and Moon is actually like 2 generations ago. The current generation of Pokemon is called Scarlet and Violet. Prior generation was called Sword and Shield, and the one before that was Sun and Moon, and there's like 10 before that, so it's like really, you can go back pretty far if you want to with unopened stuff, but it gets very expensive very quickly. But anyways, this is from the Sun and Moon era, and it's called Unbroken Bonds. I think I paid like about $600 for this. I feel like $600 is about the lowest price you can pay for a Sun and Moon. Actually, that's not true. There's a few that I think are cheaper than that, because this is a semi-decent set from what I understand. I've never opened any, at least I don't think I have. I feel like I got 2 boxes just to open for fun, because I knew nothing about Pokemon back in the Sun and Moon days. And I did look those up once because I had receipts for them, and one of them was a really good one was not so good one. But this box here has been very hot for the last, I don't know what, year or so. It's from the prior era of Sword and Shield. It's called Evolving Skies. It's kind of considered to be the, the best set from that era. And I've been wanting to pick one up. There was one for sale at that card show that I was dealing at, and a guy was selling it for like $675. These are sort of peaked out at about $750 or so, but they've been coming down a little bit since then. So this guy had one at $675. They were selling on eBay for, closer to like $640, $650. And I was gonna go make him an offer of like $625 or something on it, cash money. And when I got there, it was sold. It was already sold. So he said that was like one of the first things to sell at his table. So I was like, dang, you probably got your asking price for it. So anyways, I picked this one up on eBay for I think like $630. It's not in the best condition. It's a little bit kind of beat up, as these boxes can get, but I don't know. I can't remember what I said I got it for, but I think it was $630. So that seems like a pretty good deal. Maybe they'll go down a little bit more, but the consensus seems to be that those will go up over time. All right, well, now let's talk about, by the way, another cool thing I got for Pokemon that's kind of inbound is my distributor, which I've mentioned before. It's called Southern Hobby. So they sell Pokemon cards, and up until a couple months ago, I never really bought any Pokemon or TCG stuff from them, but I've been buying more of it lately, and they do you get emails from them, when they're kind of doing some special stuff. And one of the things they do pretty consistently, like a couple of times a year, I think at least, is they have like a Pokemon bundle thing where you get like a bunch of different stuff, lots of like cases of things, and then some like, products you get maybe a couple of booster boxes. So anyways, I was, a while ago when I got into Pokemon, I was looking at, some of the past specials they did, and every one was an absolute, fantastic deal. Often giving you, cases of stuff that they did not have in stock, but at prices that were, basically the distributor pricing when those products came out. So I was, kind of waiting for them to do a special, thinking it would be really awesome to pick one of those up, and they finally did one. It's like they're not cheap. They're like over $3,000, but you get just a mountain of stuff, and some of the stuff that are in those bundles, you can't get from them on your own. They just don't sell it. It's not in stock, so they just must have gotten a collection of stuff, and then they, broke it into bundles and sold those bundles. So it's kind of a way that they can, sell slightly crappier things by giving you, things that are pretty good. So there's some 151 in there, and it's at distributor pricing, so it's like immediately profitable. And then you also get some, some like Elite Trainer boxes of some of the kind of crappier Scarlet and Violet sets. Although, if I recall, like the prices on those are they're quite low. They're like $23 or something. So even if those ETBs go for only like $30, you still theoretically are profiting. So anyways, I'm excited to get a bunch of that stuff in and share it with y'all. But I was at the local Best Buy earlier today, and I knew that they were like, there's a bunch of packs of Pokemon that they are like kind of trying to clear out, and that they've marked down. And I knew that Brilliant Stars was one of them, because I've seen these on sale there before for like, basically these packs normally go for like $5, at Target or Walmart. And they had these for, something less, like maybe $4, like $3.98 at Best Buy before, which is still a pretty good deal. I think if you go on TCG Player, these sell for like $6 a piece. So, anything below $5 is a solid deal. However, for some reason, Best Buy is really getting sick of having these, apparently, because when I waltzed in there today, these suckers were $1.99. What? So that's crazy. What's funny is they had like those, those hard acrylic security cases that you gotta have a key to get into, around each pack. And I'm like, okay, so you put those around the least expensive pack you carry, and you've got, $5 booster packs just hanging out without those security things. Like, who thought of that? So yeah, I had a stack of these things, in their little security boxes that I brought up. And, they slowly but surely opened all of them. So we got 6 here, which is $12. I actually happened to notice when I was checking out that they had more of them. So if I'm out in that neighborhood, I will probably just go back and grab them all. But one thing that's kind of cool is, as I was checking out, the lady who was checking them out went into the back, area behind the checkout counters and came back with these suckers, and I was like, oh wow, cool, what's that? And then I realized, oh, these are the there's like I think they do these so there's Pokemon, there's competitive Pokemon leagues or whatever out there, and every year there's a world championship where the best Pokemon players come and compete, and they have been doing these sets, I gather, of cards for, kind of to celebrate those. And then there's, I think, a couple of ways to get these. I feel like the only one I've seen so far, and I had no idea that they were distributing these at Best Buy. Maybe nobody else knows either, but the way that I've seen to get these is if you buy something from Pokemon, the main Pokemon online store, run by the Pokemon company, and you spend over, I think, a certain amount, you get, basically these 2 cards. So I don't know if like GameStop has these or other places that sell Pokemon, but Best Buy apparently has them, and the lady at the counter brought out a couple of these for me, so I was like, oh, sweet, cool, I'll take freebies. And then I looked up the prices, and this Pikachu is selling for $10 on eBay. This one sells for $4. So not only did I get, whatever this is, 6 booster packs that are worth about $6 for $2 each, then I got, $28 in free promo cards, so that's pretty freaking sweet. Maybe I can get some more of those when I go back, because I don't know if they're just giving them out to anybody who buys Pokemon stuff, or if they honestly don't even think about giving them out unless they're asked or what, but I don't know who knows they would have them there. So, alright, Brilliant Stars is, I think it's a pretty sweet set. The booster boxes of Brilliant Stars, I think, go for like $200 plus. So I think it's one of the more expensive Sword and Shield sets. Not nearly as expensive as Evolving Skies, which I just showed you a box of, but I think it's a, pretty well thought of set. And there are some, cool cards you can get in here. I don't know that I often get Brilliant Stars, I feel like, in those, collector boxes that I buy, like the ones that I got from, where was it, Sam's Club, that had a bunch of Sword and Shield era stuff. They had some Brilliant Stars in there, so I've opened a few packs of this before, but not a lot. So yeah, it's slightly tempting to kind of hang on to these, see if they appreciate as sleeve boosters sometimes do. But I do have a case of this stuff amongst cases that I've been picking up lately, so I don't feel super, needing to hang on to more unopened of this stuff. Yeah, so $2 for a booster, for like the crappiest booster pack of Pokemon would be a solid deal. If you buy, like, basically, got these sweet Amazon calculators recently. These things are like $2 a piece, and they're sturdy, and the buttons are, they're sort of firm and nice. They're nice. They have a nice kind of ride to them, whatever you want to call it. But your average booster box of new stuff is about $100, right? So you divide that by 36 packs, and that's $2.77 per pack. In a $100 booster box, there's about booster box of Pokemon is about as cheap as you're ever going to get Pokemon cards. In the olden days, I gather from kind of listening to people, sometimes booster boxes could be found for $80, $70, something like that, but not anymore, not these days. There's just too much demand out there and not enough supply, and I think the Pokemon company has also, kind of raised the distributor price of boxes, so it's not really possible for retailers to mark down to below, $95 at the absolute lowest. So the cheapest Pokemon booster pack you're going to find out there's $2.77 on the worst, current set product of Pokemon. And then you've got these guys, which are drying up very quickly from a prior era, which are difficult to find. I mean, the only place I've seen these for sale is at Best Buy. I think Target. Once I got something from Sword and Shield in these booster packs, but those were $5 a piece, and that's the only time I've ever seen Sword and Shield sleeved packs anywhere in retail. So these are hard to find. They're a couple years old at this point. And look them up. Their value is $6, so you get them for $2 instead of the lowest price you could pay for a booster pack, which is $2.77 for modern stuff. So it's the deal of the century, quite frankly. If I could buy 1,000 of them, I would at that $2 price. But I looked online, and I think they're selling them for $4 online. So I guess you got to get them in store to get that price. Unfortunately, we're not getting any hits, but it's all right. It's like for $2 a pack. You can live with a few packs without hits, I think. All right, so I think we've opened 3 of the 6 so far. This is the 4th. I don't think I see anything. Sneasel, Duskull, Purloin, Flygon, Drudagon, Energy, Staravia, Vibrava, Choice Belt. Alright, well, so $12 may get us a big stack of nothing, but so we got a black code instead of a white code card, which usually would tell me there is something, but I don't see any borders, so there could be like a full art or something that doesn't have, a shiny border. Or I should say a shiny metallic border. Bibarel, Hollow, Energy, Magma Basin. Nope, we got absolutely nothing. Wow, that was interesting. Okay, last chance here to pull some goodies here. Let's see what color code this card is. Another white one, so bad news presumably. Yeah, dang, we got skunked on these packs, but that's alright. Piplup, Shroomish, Starly, Execute, Trip Engine. If I was paying $5 a pack, we'd have $30 of packs here instead of 12, so it really makes it nice to open stuff when you get a deal on it. Alright, so we did get absolutely nothing out of these packs. But again, boom, we got $28 in value out of the gate, so we're really playing with the house's money right there. That's pretty sweet, I have to say. Sometimes I just like to pick out the hollows. Question I have is, are all of the hollows like rares? Or are there some hollows that are not rares? I'm looking at the little symbol there. Star means rare. So far all of the hollows are rares. Which would make some sense because there's only one per pack. Usually. Maybe 2. Usually if it's 2, it's like one reverse hollow like this, and then one regular hollow. So that's also a rare. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. Okay, alright, that's not a rare, but that is a trainer, so it might be a Pokemon. And that is not a rare. It's got a circle. Anyways, so yeah, that was pretty sweet to run into those. I will go pick up some more. If I can get, more of these. If you get one set of these, you get $14 in value. So that's enough to pay for 7 packs of, not getting any hits. So that's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet deal. Alright, well that's what we got for today, folks. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. I'll catch you guys next time, probably hoping to do some sports stuff. So,